What's up, witches? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to my very first deck review. I have so many oracle decks and tarot card decks that I thought, why don't I review these? Because I have so many, and I like things about decks and I don't like things about decks. And if you're looking to buy a deck and I don't know, want to know what it's like and what it looks like, this is kind of a good start, I guess. So let's get into it. This deck that I will be reviewing for my very first time is actually the very first deck I bought myself. It's called Unicorn Cards. I love unicorns. Always have, always will. I don't know, unicorns are just the best and I just love them. So I thought, I need this. I need this in my life. They kind of just screamed at me. I remember I was in a little town at one of those, they're not flea markets, but they're like markets. It's like a market of some sort. Anyways, my mom had a table selling crystals there, and I can't remember what else she was selling. And I was there helping her, and I wandered around. This was more of a body and mind health, like a healthy body and mind market where people sold stuff like healing crystals, like metaphysical healing, as well as like actual healing. So I think there was like a reflexology booth, and this happened a long time ago, so I don't really remember, but it was something like that. Sorry, I have an incense burning if you can see all the smoke. I apologize. Anyway, so I remember I was at this place, and the table beside us, she was selling tarot decks and oracle deck, and I walked by and this unicorn card deck kind of screamed at me, so I bought it, and she asked me if I wanted a reading with it, and I said yes, and she did a reading, and it was absolutely beautiful. It was really neat, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm really glad I bought this deck. To me, this deck is a very personal deck. I don't use this for other readings except for just reading for myself, and it's beautiful. Let's get into the review. So it's called Unicorn Cards, and it's really nice little box setup. It's not like you have to dig a million years to get into a box, because that's my problem. So it just slides out really nicely, and then the cards slide out really nicely out of the box. So it's a weird review, I'm sorry, but it's kind of nice to know how some boxes work, how big the cards are. These are they're nicely sized cards. I thoroughly enjoy the size of them. That sounds really weird. They also come with a little instruction booklet, and not an instruction booklet, but a meanings booklet. So this is an oracle deck. It is not a tarot deck. Again, an oracle deck. Some people prefer oracle decks, some people prefer tarot decks, some people do both. I like both. I know my mother-in-law only prefers oracle for herself while she's reading for herself, but she does like her tarot cards read for her. So I guess she also does both. Hi, I love you. I'm pretty sure you're watching. Anyway, so this is what the little booklet looks like. It comes with it. It's pretty thin, which to me is a good sign. I don't like when they over explain things, because then it gets kind of confusing, and I have a short attention span and I don't understand what's going on half the time anyway in my real life. So it's just nice when it's very easy to read, but not too simplified. It's not oversimplified, and it's not insanely hard to read. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to give these a shuffle. I like how smooth these cards shuffle as well. I don't feel like none of them stick together, and they fit in your hand really nicely. They fit in my hand really nicely. I don't have tiny hands, but I don't have massive hands either, so I feel like they fit nicely in my hand, which is good. And if you're like me and my shuffling is usually really poor, it's nice that they fit nicely in my hand. They're not too small and they're not too big, fit nicely, and the cards are very smooth and they don't stick together, but they're not too slippery to the point where they're like falling all over the place and out of my hand. Oops. So I'm just going to show you some examples of what the art looks like. We got Divine Sight. I'm just picking, so don't look too into it. Invisibility. And I also, oh, you can't see this one, but it says surprise. Anyway, I really like the art on them. Of course, there's unicorns on every card, as you can tell. The art isn't too crazy. It's not a specific art style. And there's a lot of critters in them and people. So I thoroughly like them. I really like the art in them. It's not my favorite art in the world, but I do very much love them. So looking into the information book that they give you, again, I really like how simple. It's not insanely simple, but it's really easy to read and find just because all the cards are numbered. And there's no Roman numerals. I don't know if that's like a killer, like a deal breaker for some people, but I find that Roman numerals confuse me just because I get confused very easily. But they're numbered, so it's easy to find what you're looking for. So I'm just looking at surprise here. Surprises keep life fresh and interesting. Choosing this card suggests that the unicorns are orchestrating something unexpected for you today, so enjoy it. I also find this deck super positive. Like, there's nothing upsetting, I guess, about it, which is, I find is nice, because I look more for the positivity and stuff, and I like a good positive card, and I think everybody does. So there's really no negatives or bummers in this deck. They're all very up and positive. So I like that. And I like how in each one, you know, it's the unicorns are doing something for you, or the unicorns are suggesting to you, or the unicorns are guiding you. I just really like that as well. So I hope this helped you decide if unicorn cards are your kind of cards. Now, I bought this deck like a million years ago. I'm sure it's available somewhere online. I should actually look more into it and see where you can buy it. Sorry I didn't do that this time, but I'm sure if you looked up Unicorn Cards by Diana Cooper, you'll find it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this very first deck review, and I hope it kind of cleared things up for you to see what this deck looks like inside and the art that you can expect and what the book also looks like. If you enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like, and you know I love to hear from you, so please leave a comment down below if you have this deck yourself and if you feel connected to it. Again, this is a very personal deck for me, so I'm very connected, and it did not take very long for me to connect to it at all. So let me know if you have this deck at home yourself, or if now you're gonna buy it or you're not gonna buy it. Let me know. Like I said, you know I love to hear from you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to. I'm not your mom. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. It would be cool if you did, but you don't have to. With that being said, I had a wonderful time with you guys. I hope you had a wonderful time with me, and I will see you in another video. Bye!